Where's all the furniture, honey?
Took it away. No installments paid.
When?
3:00.
They can't do that.
Can't. They did it.
The palookas, we paid 3/4.
The man said, read the contract.
We must have signed a phony.
Regular contract, and you signed it.
Don't be so sour, Edna.
Do it in the movies, Joe. They play Clark Gable big money for it.
This is a hell of a house to come home to. Take my word.
My word, whose fault is it?
Must you start that stuff again?
Oh, maybe you'd like to talk about books.
I'd like to slap you in the mouth.
No, you won't.
Jeez, Edna, you get me sore sometime.
Oh, but just look at me. I'm laughing all over.
Don't insult me. Can I help it if times are bad? What in the hell do you want me to do? Jump off a bridge or something?
Just don't yell. I just put the kids to bed so they won't know they missed a meal. If I don't have Emmy's shoes sold by tomorrow, she can't go to school. In the meantime, just let her sleep.
I rolled off the wheels of the chariot today. I cruised around 5 hours without a call. Conditions.
Tell it to the A&P.
I booked 2:20 on the clock. Lady with a dog was lit. She gave me a quarter tip by mistake. If only you listen to me, we're rolling in wealth.
Yeah? How much?
I had coffee and in a beanery. $1.04.
The second month's rent is due tomorrow.
Don't look at me that way, Edna.
Oh, I'm not looking at you. I'm looking through you. Everything was going to be ducky. Cottage by the waterfall, roses and Bacardi. You're a 4-star bus. And if you think I'm standing for it much longer, you're as crazy as a bedbug.
I'd get another job if I could. There's no work. You know it.
I only know we're at the bottom of the ocean.
What can I do?
Who's the man in the family, you or me?
That's no answer. Get down to brass tacks. Christ, give me a break too. Coffee and Java all day. I'm hungry too, babe. I'd work my fingers to the bone if I could.
I'll open a can of salmon.
Not now. Tell me what to do.
I'm not God.
Gee, I wish I was a kid again and didn't have to think about the next minute.
You're not a kid, and you do have to think about the next minute. You got 2 blondie kids sleeping over in the next room. They need food and clothes, and I'm not even mentioning anything else. But we've stalled like a flivver in the snow for 5 years. I laid awake at night listening to my heart pound. For God's sake, do something, Joe. Get wise. Maybe get your buddies together. Maybe go on strike for extra money. Papa did it during the war, and they went out. God, I'm turning into a sour old nag.
Strikes don't work.
Who told you?
Besides, that means not a nickel a week while we're out. Then when it's over, they don't take you back.
Suppose they don't. What's to lose?
Well, we're averaging $7 or $6 a week now.
That just pays for the rent.
That is something, Edna.
It isn't. They'll push you down to $3 or $4 a week. Then you'll say that's something too.
There are too many cabs on the street. That's the whole damn trouble.
Let the company worry about that, you big fool. If their cabs didn't make a profit, they'd take them off the street. Or maybe you think they're in business just to pay Joe Mitchell's rent.
You don't know ABC, Edna.
I knew this. Your boss is making suckers out of you boys. Yeah, and suckers out of all the wives and poor innocent children who will grow up with crooked spines and sick bones. Sure, I see it in the papers how good orange juice is for kids, but damn it, our kids get colds every other week. They look like little ghosts. Betty never saw a grapefruit. I took her to the store last week and she pointed to a stack of grapefruits. And what's that? She said, my God, Joe, this world is supposed to be for all of us.
You'll wake them up.
I don't care as long as I can maybe wake you up.
Don't insult me. One man can't make a strike.
Say one man. You got hundreds in your rotten union.
The union ain't rotten.
No? Then what are they doing? Collecting dues and patting your back?
They're making plans.
What kind?
They don't tell us.
Oh, it's too damn bad about you. They don't tell little Joey what's happening in his bisty union. What do you think it is? A ping pong game?
You know, they're racketeers. The guys at the top would shoot you for a nickel.
Why do you stand for that stuff?
Don't you want to see me alive?
No. I don't think I do, Joe. Not if you can lift a finger to do something about it, and don't. No, I don't care.
Honey, you don't understand.
And any other hacky that won't fight. Let them all be ground to hamburger.
It's one thing to...
Take your hand away. Only they don't grind me to little pieces. I've got different plans.
Where are you going?
Your business.
What's up your sleeve?
Oh, my arm would be up my sleeve, darling, if I had a sleeve to wear.
Tell me.
Tell you what?
Where are you going?
Don't you remember my old boyfriend?
Who?
Bud Haas. He still has my picture in his watch. He earns a living.
What the hell are you talking about?
I've heard worse than what I'm talking about.
Have you seen Bud since we got married?
Maybe.
What?
See much? Listen, boyfriend, if you think I won't do this, this just means you can't see straight.
Stop talking bull.
This isn't 5 years ago, Joe.
You mean you'd leave me and the kids?
I would leave you like a shot.
No.
Yes.
Well, I guess I ain't got a leg to stand on.
Oh, no?
No, you lousy tart. No, get the hell out of here. Go pick up that bull thrower on the corner and stop at some cushy hotel downtown. He's probably been coming out here every morning and laying you while I hacked my guts out.
You're crawling like a worm.
You'll be crawling in a minute.
Oh, you? Don't scare me that much.
That is what I slaved for?
Tell it to your boss.
He don't give a damn for you or me.
That's what I say.
Don't change the subject.
This is the subject, the exact subject. Your boss makes this subject. I never saw him in my life, but he's putting ideas in my head a mile a minute. He's giving your kids that fancy disease called the rickets. He's making jellyfish out of you and putting wrinkles in my face. This is the subject every inch of the way. He is throwing me into Bud Haas's lap.
Not so dumb as you think, but you are talking like a red.
I don't know what that means, but when a man knocks you down, you get up and kiss his fist, you gutless piece of baloney.
One man can't make
don't
a
say
strike.
One man! I say 100, 1,000, a whole million, I say, but start in your own union. Get those hack boys together. Sweep up those racketeers like a pile of dirt. Stand up like men and fight for the crying kids and wives. God damn it, I'm tired of slavery and sleepless nights.
Sure.
Yes! Get brass toes on your shoes and know where to kick.
Listen, Edna, I'm going to go down to 174th Street to look up Lefty Costello. Lefty was saying the other day, how about this Haas guy?
Get out of here.
I'll be back.
Success and fame were just allows living. You're lucky you won't have to worry about those things.
Won't I?
Unless Tom Moody's a liar.
You like him, don't you?
I like him.
I like the way you dress. Girls look real nice in the summertime. Have you ever stood at the Fifth Avenue Library and watched those girls go by?
No, I never did. That's a carousel. That music. Did you ever ride on one of those?
That's for kids.
Weren't you ever a kid, for God's sake?
Not a happy kid.
Why?
Well, I always felt special. Maybe my name is different. Bonaparte. In my eyes.
I wouldn't have taken that too serious.
Gee, all those cars.
Lots of horses trot around here. The rich know how to live. You'll be rich.
My brother Frank is an organizer for the CIO.
What's that?
If you ever worked in a factory, you'd know. Have you ever worked?
No. When I came out the cocoon, I was a butterfly, and butterflies don't work.
All those cars. Whiz, whiz. Where's Mr. Moody tonight?
He goes up to see his kid on Tuesday nights. It's a sick kid, a girl. His wife leaves it at her mother's house.
That leaves you free, don't it?
What are you hinting at?
I'm thinking of you and Moody.
Well, think about it. I don't. Why should you?
Well, if you belong to me, I wouldn't think about it.
Haven't you got a girl?
No.
Why not?
Well,
Tokyo says you're going to go far in the fighting game.
music means more to me. May I tell you something?
Of course.
If you laugh, I'll never speak to you again.
I'm not the laughing type.
With music, I'm never alone. When I'm alone playing music, it's like saying, I am man, I belong here, how do you do, world, good evening. When I play music, nothing is close to me. I'm not afraid of people and what they say. There's no war in music. It's not like the streets. Does this sound funny to you?
No.
When you leave your room, down in the streets, it's war. Music can't help me there. Understand?
Yes.
People have hurt my feelings for years. I never forgot. Can't get even with people by playing the fiddle. You know, if music shot bullets, I'd like it better. Artists and people like that are freaks today. The world moves fast and they sit around like forgotten dopes.
You're loaded with fireworks. Why don't you fight?
You have to be what you are.
Fight. See what happens.
Or end up in the bug house.
God's teeth. Who says you have to be one thing?
Fighting isn't my nature.
Don't Tokyo know what he's talking about? Don't Tom? Joe, listen. Be a fighter. Show the world. If you made your fame and fortune, and you can, you be anything you want. Do it. Bang your way to lightweight crown. Get a bank account. Hire a great doctor for beard. Get your eyes fixed.
Hey, what's the matter with my eyes?
Excuse me, I stand corrected. You get mad all the time.
That's from thinking about myself.
How old are you, Joe?
21 and a half. And the months are going fast.
You're very smart for 21 and a half, and the months are going fast.
Why not? I've read every single page of the Encyclopedia Britannica. My father's friend, Mr. Carp, has it. The shrimp with glasses had to do something.
I'd like to meet your father. Your mother did?
Yes.
So is mine.
Where do you come from? The city is filled with girls who look as if they never had parents.
I'm a girl from over the river. My father is still alive, shucking oysters and bumming drinks in the wilds of Jersey. I'll tell you a secret. I don't like you.
Why?
You're too sufficient by yourself. Too inside yourself.
You like it or you don't?
You're on an island.
Robinson Crusoe?
That's right. Me, myself, and I. Why not come out and see the world?
Does it seem that way?
Can't you see yourself?
No.
Take a bird's eye view. You don't know what's right or wrong. You don't know what to pick, but you won't admit it.
Do you?
Leave me out. This is the anatomy of Joe Bonaparte.
You're dancing on my nose, huh?
Shall I stop?
No.
You're a miserable creature. You want your arm and gout up to the elbow. You take fame so people won't laugh or scorn your face. You give your soul for those things. But every time you turn your back, your little soul kicks you in the teeth. It don't give in so easy.
You know, what does your soul do in its perfumed vanity case?
Forget about me.
Don't you want?
I told you, forget it.
Moody sent you after me. A decoy. You made a mistake, Lorna, for two reasons. I've made up my own mind to fight. Reason two, he doesn't know you don't love him.
You're a fresh kid.
In fact, he doesn't know anything about you at all.
But you do.
This is the anatomy of Lorna Moon. She's a lost baby. She never knew the difference between right and wrong. She's a miserable creature who never knew what to pick. And I'll tell you why you picked Moody.
You don't know what you're talking about.
Go home, Lorna. If you stay, I'll know something about you.
You don't know anything.
Now's your chance. Go home.
Tom loves me.
I'm going to buy a car.
They make wonderful cars today. Even the Lizzies.
Gary Cooper's got the kind I want. I saw it in the papers the other day, but it costs too much. $14,000. If I found one second hand,
And if you had cash.
I'll get it.
Sure, if you go in and really fight.
Tell your Mr. Moody I'll dazzle the eyes out of his head.
You mean it.
Those cars are poison to my blood. When you sit in a car and speed, you're looking down at the world. Speed, speed, everything is speed. Nobody gets me.
You mean in the ring.
In or out, nobody gets me. Gee, I'd like to stroke that gas.
You sound like Jack the Ripper.
Come on. I'll walk you back to your house. I mean your hotel. Do you still have the same room?
You're a fresh kid.
When you're laying in his arms tonight, tell him from me that the next world's champ is feeding in his stable.
really read those Britannica books.
From A to Z.
And you're only 21.
And a half.
Something's wrong somewhere.
I know.
Why aren't we going down to the ranch? They got supper at the ranch.
No reason at all. I just like it here. Tomorrow we're going to be going to work. I seen thrashing machines on the way down. That means we'll be bucking grain bags. Busting a gut lifting them bags. Tonight, I am going to lay right here and look up. Tonight, there ain't a grain bag or a boss in the world. Tonight, the drinks is on the house. Nice house we got here, Lenny.
And we're gonna get no supper?
Sure we are. You go gather up some dead willow sticks. I got 3 cans of beans in my bindle. I'll open them up while you start a fire and we'll eat them cold.
I like beans with ketchup.
Well, we ain't got any. You go getting out some wood. Don't you fool around none. It'll be dark before long. All right. Give me that mouse.
What, George? I ain't got no mouse.
Come on. Give it to me. You're not going to put nothing over.
Give you what, George?
You know goddamn well what. I want that mouse.
I don't know why I can't keep it. It ain't nobody's mouse. I just found it on the side of the road, honest. Wasn't doing nothing bad with it. I was just petting it. That's not bad.
You crazy fool. Thought you could get away with it, didn't you? Don't you think I could see your feet was wet where you went in the water to get it? Blubbering like a baby. Jesus Christ, a big guy like you. Oh, Lenny. I ain't taking it away just for meanness. That mouse ain't fresh. Besides, you broke it petting it. You get a mouse that's fresh, I'll let you keep it for a while.
I don't know where there is no other mouse. I remember a lady used to give him to me. Everyone she got, she used to give to me, but that lady ain't here no more.
Lady, huh? Give me them sticks there. That lady was your own Aunt Clara. She stopped giving them to you. You always killed them.
It was so little. I'd pet him, and pretty soon they bit my fingers, and then I pinched their head a little bit, and then they'd be dead because they were so little. I wish we get rabbits soon, George. They ain't so little.
Hell with the rabbits. Come on, let's eat. There's enough beans for 4 men.
I like beans with ketchup.
We ain't got any. Whatever we ain't got, that's what you want. God almighty. If I was alone, I could live real good. I could get a job at work, no mess, no worries. And when the end of the month come, I could take my $50 and I could go into town and get whatever I want. Or I could stay in a cat house all night. Or I could eat any place I want. Order any damn thing.
I don't want no ketchup, George.
I could do that every month. Get a gallon of whiskey or sit in a pool room and play cards or shoot pool. But what do I got? I got you. You lose me every job I get, and you can't keep one for yourself.
I didn't mean it, George.
Just keep me shoving all over the country all the time. And that ain't the worst. You get into trouble. You do bad things, and I got to get you out. It's not bad people that raises hell. It's dumb ones. You crazy son of a bitch. You keep me in hot water all the damn time. Just want to feel that girl's dress. Just want to grab it like it was a mouse. But how the hell is she supposed to know you just want to feel her dress? How the hell is she supposed to know you just want to hold on to it like it was a mouse?
I didn't mean it, George.
Sure. You didn't mean it. You didn't mean for her to yell bloody hell either. You didn't mean for us to hide in an irrigation ditch all day with guys out looking for us with guns. All the time, it's something you didn't mean. God damn it, I wish I could put you in a box with 1,000,000 mice and let them crawl over you.
George? George?
What do you want?
I was just fooling about the ketchup, George. I don't want no ketchup. I wouldn't eat no ketchup if it was right here beside me.
If there was some here, you could have it. If I had $1,000, I'd buy you a bunch of flowers.
I wouldn't have no ketchup, George. And you could have all of it, and you could cover your beans with it so thick, and I wouldn't touch none of it.
It's just sometimes I think of the swell time I could have without you, and I go nuts. I never get no peace.
You want I should go away, leave you alone?
Where the hell would you go?
Why, off in them hills there. I'd go up in them hills, and I'd find a cave.
Yeah? What would you eat? You ain't got sense enough to find nothing to eat.
I'd find things. I don't need no fancy food or ketchup. I'd lay out in the sun, and nobody would hurt me. And if I found a mouse, why, I could keep it. Nobody gonna take it away from me.
I've been mean, ain't I?
If you don't, if you want, I can go off and live on my own. I can live in a cave. I can go away anytime.
No. Look, I was just fooling you. Of course, I want you to stay with me. Trouble with mice is you always kill them. Tell you what I'll do. First chance I'll get, I'll find you a pup. Maybe you wouldn't kill it. That would be better than mice. You could pet it harder.
If you don't want me, you only gotta say so. I can go right up in them hills, and I won't get no mice stole from me.
No, I want you to stay with me. Jesus Christ, somebody'd shoot you for a coyote if you was by yourself. Stay with me. Your Aunt Clara wouldn't like you running off by yourself, even if she is dead.
George,
What do you want?
tell me like you've done before
Tell you what.
about the rabbits.
You ain't gonna put nothing over on me.
Please, George, tell me, please.
You get a kick out of that, don't you? All right, I'll tell you. And then we'll lay out our beds and eat our dinner.
Go on, George.
Guys like us that work on ranches is the loneliest guys in the world. They ain't got no family. They don't belong no place. They go to a ranch and they work up a stake, and then they go into town and blow their stake. And then the next thing you know, they're on some other ranch pounding their tail. They ain't got nothing to look ahead to.
But yeah. And I'll tell how it is with us, George.
With us, it ain't like that. We got a future. We got somebody to talk to that gives a damn about us. We don't have to sit in no bar room blowing our jack just because we got no place else to go. If them other guys gets in jail, they can rot for all anybody gives a damn.
But not us. But not us. Because I got you to look after me, and you got me to look after you. And come on, George, tell it.
You got it by heart. You can do it yourself.
No. I forget some stuff. You tell it, George.
Some other time.
No, please, George. Tell how it is with us.
Okay. Someday, we're going to get the jack together. We're going to have a little house and a couple of acres, and a cow and some pigs, and we're going to live.
And live off the fat of the land, and have rabbits. And tell about that, George. About the garden, and about the rabbits in the cages, and about the rain in the winter, the rain, and about the milk on the stove, and the cream on the milk that's so thick you can hardly cut it. Tell about that, George.
Why don't you do it? You know all of it.
It isn't the same when I do it. Come on, you tell it, George.
All right. Well, we'll have a vegetable patch and the mice and the chickens, and we'll have the rabbit hutch, and when it rains in the winter, we'll just say to hell with going to work. We'll build up a fire in the stove and we'll sit around it and listen to the rain coming down on the roof. Nuts. I ain't got time for no more. What are you going to say tomorrow when the boss asks you questions?
I ain't gonna say a word.
Good boy. That's fine. Say, maybe you're getting better. I bet I can let you tend the rabbits, especially if you remember as good as that.
I can remember, by God.
Lenny, I want you to look around here. You think you can remember this place? The ranch is about a quarter mile up that way. Just follow this river and you can get back here.
Yeah, George. I think I can remember this place. Didn't I remember about not going to say a word?
Of course you did. Look, Lenny, if you just happen to get into trouble, I want you to come right here and hide in the brush.
Hide in the brush.
Hide in the brush until I come for you. Think you can remember that?
Yeah. Okay, George. Hide in the brush till you come for me.
But you ain't gonna get in no trouble. Because if you do, I ain't gonna let you tend the rabbits.
I'm not gonna get in no trouble, George. I ain't gonna say a word.
You got it. Anyways, I hope so. It's gonna be nice sleeping here. Looking up. All the leaves. Oh, and don't put any more on that fire. We'll let it die out. God, you feel free. You ain't got a job. As long as you ain't hungry.
George, let's have different color rabbits, George.
Sure. Red rabbits, and blue rabbits, and green rabbits.
The furry
Millions.
ones, George, like the ones I seen at the fair in Sacramento.
Sure, furry ones.
Because I can just as well go away and live in a cave.
Oh, shut up.
George,
What is it?
I'm shutting up now, George.
Oh, don't do that, Polo. Give yourself a stomach cramp.
Stomach cramp, or I'll die of thirst. Where's my pants? Who robbed my pants? Hey, Johnny, where'd you put my pants?
Johnny went out.
You're mad at me too, huh?
Be ashamed of yourself. Your father was hurt. You almost took the door off the hinges slamming it.
He was hurt, huh? Boy, Johnny was here, so he shouldn't feel so bad. Nobody said I was a bum, huh? All right, I never graduated high school. Does that make me a bum?
You're jealous.
Jealous? Why should I be jealous? It's always been the same. It's not only him, it's all my damn relatives always laughing at me.
You don't like your father very much, do you? Why didn't you lend your father the money? He said you promised. He said that you.
No, what he said, what I said, the money's gone. Flew south of the birds. I bet it on one of Ali Khan's horses. Gone is gone. Any kid knows that. Gone doesn't come back.
I only asked a simple question, Polo.
I'm glad you didn't ask a difficult one. I don't like my father, huh? Shows up to that nightly circus I work in, calls it a joint. Says people don't come there to drink. It's right on this part. There's 13 whores leaning on the bar, and he says people don't come there to drink.
What's the matter with you, Polo? I've never seen you like this before.
I'm drunk. That's all.
That you're drunk. Why?
Can a guy drink because he likes to drink? Do you have to have a reason to drink?
You don't like John anymore, do you? Because sometimes I get the feeling you hate your brother.
Tell you one thing, I used to hate him. When we were kids, Johnny kept getting adopted. Nobody ever adopted me. I wanted to get adopted. They'd line us up and he'd get picked. Then he'd run away back to the home the old man put us in. And I used to think, just let me get picked and I'll stay. I used to hate him every time he left. And every time he came back, he said the same goddamn thing. We've got to stick together, Polo. We're the only family we got.
Johnny never told me that.
And Johnny never told you a lot of things.
Oh, I just want you to tell me what the matter is.
Why don't you ask your husband Johnny what's the matter and leave me alone?
Everybody wants to be left alone. We're going to be a house full of garbos.
Just leave me alone.
Just like Johnny. You know, if I close my eyes, I think you were Johnny.
Yes, who I am. Ask the old man who I am, he'll tell you. I'm Polo, the no good son of a bitch. I'll never forget anything. I threw a lemon at a passing car once, hit the driver in the head. I set fire to a barn, and I never graduated high school. No, I'm not Johnny. He's my brother. He's a son of a bitch. That son of a bitch is gonna kill me.
I'm sorry I did that.
It's a sign of the times. A sign of the times. All the king's men and all the king's horses. What's the difference?
Oh, hello, will you come on and talk to me?
No.
Hello, please. I'm lonely. There's some muffins from tonight's supper. Would you like one?
No.
Well, I'm gonna have one.
All of one too. How's your job?
Johnny got fired.
I know Johnny got fired. I was asking about your job.
Did you come and tell me that, Polo?
Hi. I'm not a personnel manager. I'm just a boarder.
You're a bouncer in a cat house.
Who told you that?
Father.
Well, it must have been a full moon last night because they came out. Mean, ugly out of their minds. That slap happy bouncer I work with, if he just learned to talk the bums out of the place, he's always grabbing someone by the seat of the pants and they're off. You know that big bastard is 6'3", and God is my witness. Every single time hell breaks loose, I'm the one getting the hell kicked out of me. He's just standing there against the wall cheering me on. Attaboy, Polo, attaboy. You got him going. Who have I got going? Who? Be punchy before Christmas.
You're right to be a bouncer, Polo. Why don't you quit?
Quit? Where else can I make $125 a week? Where? Well, you can't beat it. You come into the world poor and you go out owing money.
I can say that again.
You come into the world poor and you go out owing money.
All right, smarty, forget it. The Union Metal Company of America. That's where you should work, Polo. We should have a little excitement at your job. Did you know that when I started working at that carpeted, air-conditioned desert, I could take dictation at the rate of 120 words a minute? I could type 90 words. Today I was sitting at my desk pretending to be busy. I had papers in all the drawers. I'm shuffling them from drawer to drawer. I break pencils and sharpen them. Mr. Wagner called me to his office today. I bustled in with my steno pad. You know what he called me in for? He wanted to know, was I happy? Was Union Metals treating me right? I've been there 5 years, come Ash Wednesday. Every 6 months, they call you in and ask you the same thing. Are you happy?
Why don't you quit?
He ever quits Union Metals? No one ever gets fired. A bonus on Christmas, a turkey on Thanksgiving, long holiday weekends. I'm sure Johnny and I get sickness and the plague, everything for the employees. Boat rides, picnics, sick leave, a triple savings interest. Vacations keep getting longer. A doctor, a nurse, and a cafeteria. 4 coffee breaks a day. Raining. Nothing to write if you're late, and if it's sunny, they send you home. The dullest job in the whole world.
Honey, you know what? You've got a real problem there.
I don't know whether to laugh or cry.
Why?
I got another raise today.
Boy, I wish I didn't know right from wrong.
What?
Nothing.
Polo, I've been meaning to talk to you every night this week.
We've been here every night this week. All we've done is talk.
You're not listening to me, Polo. You know, I've always liked you, and Johnny thinks the world of you. But I'm afraid you have to find a different place to live. I mean, maybe you could take a room in the neighborhood and still come over for dinner.
I could, huh? What about breakfast?
You could come over for breakfast too, and I can do your shirts and everything for you. But you have to find a different place to live.
I can do my own shirts. Why do I have to move?
I know how you feel about me, and it's embarrassing.
Love shouldn't be embarrassing.
It's not really embarrassing, but I don't think the three of us can live together anymore. I want you at his house tomorrow. Tomorrow night, your father gets his plane. I want you to leave.
Why?
Because I don't want to take any chances.
What chances?
Polo, let's not be children. You do know the difference between right and wrong, and so do I. Tomorrow. I don't want you to go, but you have to.
Tomorrow. Tomorrow. For Christ's sakes, even Simon Legree gave little Ava 2 weeks' notice.
Well, I'm going to bed.
Yeah, go to bed. Lay your head down on your pillow and close your eyes. If you want me to go, I'll go. Tonight I'll be in that room right next to yours. I'll say I love you, but you won't be able to hear me because you'll be asleep. Maybe I'll sing you a lullaby.
Oh no, why are you doing this? Why now? We've been together so many nights and you've never been like this. Why?
I'm drunk. It's the pride excuse for anything. I'm drunk and I don't know what I'm saying or doing. I could never say anything if I was sober. Celia, look. You know how I feel about you. How do you feel about me?
I don't know.
Let's feel and find out.
Oh, please don't.
Why didn't you slap me? I bet I could try to kiss you again. You wouldn't even raise your hand.
Why don't you? Go on, don't stop. Pick me up in your arms and carry me to your brother's bed. I'm gonna have a baby pillow, so I might be a little heavy.
I'm sorry. But I love you. I didn't ask to, I didn't want to, but I do.
Johnny, please go to bed.
Not Johnny. Polo.
Some nights I wake up, my heart's beating a mile a minute. Before I open my eyes, I know what it is. Feeling that someone's standing at my bed. Then I open my eyes and it's gone. Ran away.
Maybe it's that old fiddle of yours.
Or then maybe it's you.
Don't you ever think of it anymore? Music?
What are you trying to remind me of? Kid with a Buster Brown collar and a violin case tucked under his arm? Does that sound appetizing to you?
Not when you say it that way. You said it different once.
What's on your mind, Lorna?
What's on yours?
You. You're real for me. The way music is real.
You've got your car, your career. What do you want with me?
I developed the ability to knock down anyone my weight. But what point have I made? Don't you think I know that? I went off to the wars because somebody called me a name, because I wanted to be two other guys. And now that it's happening, and I'm not sure that I like it.
Moody's against that car of yours.
I'm against Moody, so we're even.
Why don't you like him?
He's a manager. Treats me like a possession. I'm just a little black mine for him. Bangs me around with a shovel.
He's helped you.
No, Tokyo's helped me. Why don't you give him up? It's terrible to have just a Tuesday night girl. Why don't you belong to me every night of the week? Why don't you teach me love? Am I just being a fool?
You're not a fool, Joe.
I want you to be my family, my life. Why don't you do it, Lorna? Why?
He loves me.
I love you.
Well. Anyway, the early bird got the worm. Anyway, I can't give him anguish. I know what it's like. Shouldn't kick Moody around. He's poor compared to you. You're alive. You got yourself. I can't feel sorry for you.
But you don't love him.
I'm not much interested in myself. The thing I like best about you, you still feel like a flop. It's mysterious, Joe. It makes me put my hand out.
I feel very close to you, Lorna.
I know.
You feel close to me. You're afraid.
Of what?
To take a chance. Lorna, darling, you won't let me wake you up. I feel it all the time. You're half dead and you don't even know it.
Maybe I do.
Don't smile. Don't be hard, bro.
I'm not.
Don't you trust me?
Why start what we can't finish?
Oh, damn it, Lorna. Deep as my voice will reach, listen. Why don't you give him up, huh? Why?
Don't pull my dress off. I hear you.
Why?
Because he needs me and you don't.
That's not true.
Because he's a desperate guy who always starts out with 2 strikes against them. Because he's a kid at 42 and you're a man at 22.
And you feel sorry for him?
What's wrong with that?
But you don't love him.
I told you before, I don't care.
I don't believe it.
I can't help that.
What did he ever do for you?
Would you like to know? He loved me in a world of enemies, of stags and bulls, and I loved him for that. He picked me up at Friskins Hotel on 39th Street. I was 9 weeks behind in rent. I hadn't hit the gutter yet, but I was near. He washed my face and combed my hair, stiffened the space between my shoulder blades. Misery reached out to misery.
Now you're dead.
I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Yes, you do.
You make me feel too human, Joe. All I want is peace and quiet, not love. I'm a tired old lady, Joe, and I don't mind being what you call half dead. In fact, it's what I like. Twice I was in love, I took an awful beating, and I don't want it again. I want you to stop it. Don't devil me, Joe. I beg you, don't devil me. Let me alone. That's the 3rd time I've cried in my life.
And I know you love me.
Well,
I'll tell Moody.
not yet. Maybe he'd kill you if he knew.
Maybe.
And then Fuseli would kill him. Guess I'd be left to kill myself. I'll tell him.
When?
Not tonight.
Swiftly. Do it swiftly.
Not tonight.
Everything's better if you do it swiftly.
He went up there with $600 to bribe her into divorce.
Huh.
He's a good guy. Neat all over, sweet. I'll tell him tomorrow. I'd like a drink.
Let's drive over to Washington Bridge.
No, I'd like a drink.
Lorna, when I talk to you, something moves in my heart. Gee, it's the beginning of something amazing. A man and his girl. Warm, loving girl stands by his side.
Take me home with you.
Yes.
But how do I know you love me?
Oh, Lorna.
How do I know it's true? You'll get to be the champ. They'll all want you, all the girls. But I don't care. I've been undersea a long time. When they used to put their hands on me, I used to say, this isn't it. This isn't what I mean. It's been a mysterious world for me, Joe. But I think you're it. I don't know why. I think you're it. Take me home with you.
Lorna.
Poor Tom.
Poor Lorna.
Oh, don't do that, Polo. You give yourself a stomach cramp.
Got no choice. Stomach cramp or I'll die of thirst. Where's my pants? Who robbed my pants? Hey, Johnny, have you seen my pants?
Honey went out.
Mad at me too, huh?
I'd be ashamed of yourself. Your father was hurt. You almost took the door off the hinges slamming it.
He was hurt. His boy Johnny was here, so he shouldn't feel too bad. Nobody called me a bum, huh? All right, I never graduated high school. What's that make me, a bum?
You're jealous.
Why should I be jealous? It's always been the same. It's not only him, it's all my damn relatives. As long as I can remember. Always laughing at me.
You don't like your father very much, do you? Why didn't you lend your father the money? He said you promised. He said that
Nobody said what I said. The money's gone. It flew south with the birds. I bet it on one of Ali Khan's horses. Gone is gone. Khan doesn't come back. Any kid knows that.
I only asked you a simple question, Polo.
Well, I'm glad you didn't ask me a difficult one. I don't like my father, huh? Comes over to that nightly circus I work in, tells me it's a joint. People don't come in there to drink, that's what he says. That's right on his part. There's 13 whores leaning on the bar, and he tells me people don't come in there to drink.
What's the matter with you, Polo? I've never seen you like this before.
I'm drunk, that's all.
See that you're drunk. Why?
Can a man drink because he wants to drink? You have to have a reason to drink.
You don't like Johnny anymore, do you? You know, sometimes I get the feeling you hate your brother.
I'll tell you one thing. I used to hate him. When I was a kid, Johnny kept getting adopted. Nobody ever adopted me, and I wanted to get adopted. They'd line us up and he'd get picked. Then he'd run away and come back to the home the old man put us in. I used to think to myself, just let me get adopted once and I'll stay. I used to hate him every time he left, and every time he came back, he'd say the same goddamn thing. We gotta stick together, Polo. We're the only family we got.
Honey never told me that.
Bonnie never told you a lot of things.
Polo, I just want you to tell me what the matter is.
Why don't you ask your husband, Johnny, what's the matter with him and leave me alone?
Well, everybody needs to be left alone. You know, we're going to be a house full of garbos.
Leave me alone.
Just like Johnny. You know, if I close my eyes, I think you are Johnny.
You ask the old man who I am, he'll tell you. I'm Polo, the no-good son of a bitch. He'll never forget anything. I threw a lemon at a passing car once, hit the driver in the head. I set fire to a barn, and I never graduated high school. No, I'm not Johnny. He's my brother, and he's a son of a bitch. That son of a bitch is gonna kill me.
I'm sorry I did that.
Sign of the times. Sign of the times. All the king's horses, all the king's men. What's the difference?
Polo, will you come out and talk to me? Polo, please. I'm lonely. There's some muffins from tonight's supper. Would you like one?
No.
Well, I'm gonna have one.
I'll have one too. How's the job?
I got fired.
No, Johnny got fired. I'm asking about your job.
Why didn't you come and tell me that, Polo?
Honey, I'm not a personnel manager, just a boarder.
You're a bouncer in a cat house.
Who said that?
Your father.
No, there must have been a full moon last night. Boy, they showed up last night, mean, ugly, and out of their minds. That slap-happy bouncer I work with, if he'd just learn to try and talk these bums out of the place. He's always grabbing somebody by the seat of their pants and we're You know that son of a bitchin' bouncer is 6'3", and as God is my witness, honey, every time hell breaks loose, I'm in there getting the hell kicked out of me. And that big bastard is up against the wall. Cheer me up. Attaboy, Polo. Attaboy. You got him going. Who have I got going? Who? I'll be punchy before Christmas.
You're too light to be a bouncer, Polo. Why don't you quit?
Quit? Where else can I make $125 a week? Where? Well, you can't beat it. You come into the world poor and you go out owing money.
You can say that again.
You come into the world poor and you go
Right,
out.
Marty, forget it. Union Metal Company of America. That's where you should work, Polo. You have a little excitement at your job. Did you know that when I started working at that carpeted, air-conditioned desert, I could take dictation at the rate of 120 words a minute? And I could type 90 words. Today I was sitting at my desk pretending to be busy. I had papers in all the drawers. I'm shuffling them from drawer to drawer. I break pencils and sharpen them. Mr. Wagner, he called me into his office today. I busted it with my steno pad. You know what he called me in for? He wanted to know. Was I happy? Was Union Metals treating me right? Been there 5 years, come Ash Wednesday. Every 6 months, they call you in and ask you the same thing. Are you happy?
Why don't you quit?
Nobody ever quits union medals. And no one ever gets fired. A bonus on Christmas, a turkey on Thanksgiving, long holiday weekends. They've insured Johnny and I against sickness and the plague, everything for the employees. Boat rides, picnics, sick leave, a triple savings interest. Vacations keep getting longer. We have a doctor, a nurse, and a cafeteria, 4 coffee breaks a day. Raining. Perfectly all right if you're late, and if it gets too hot, they send you home. It's the dumbest job in the whole world.
Honey, you know what? You've got a real problem there.
To laugh or cry.
Why?
I got another raise today.
Boy, I wish I didn't know right from wrong.
What?
Nothing.
Polo, I've been meaning to talk to you every night this week.
We've been here every night this week. That's all we've done is talked.
You're not listening to me, Polo. Now, I've always liked you. And Johnny thinks the world of you. But I'm afraid you'll have to find a different place to live. And maybe you could take a room in the neighborhood and still come over for dinner.
I could, huh? And what about breakfast?
You could come over for breakfast too. And I can do your shirts and everything for you. But you have to find a different place to live.
I can do my own shirts. Why do I have to leave?
I know how you feel about me. And it's embarrassing.
Love shouldn't be embarrassing.
Oh, it's not really embarrassing, but I just don't think the 3 of us can live together anymore. I want you out of this house tomorrow. Tomorrow night, your father gets his plane. I want you to leave.
Why?
I don't want to take any chances.
What chances?
Oh, Polo, let's not be children. You do know the difference between right and wrong, and so do I. Tomorrow. I don't want you to go, but you have to.
Tomorrow, for Christ's sakes. Even Simon Legree gave little Eva 2 weeks' notice.
Going to bed.
Yeah. Go to bed. You're tired. Lay your head down on the pillow and close your eyes. If you want me to go, I'll go. But tonight, I'll be in the room next to yours. I'll say I love you, but you won't hear me because you'll be asleep. Maybe I'll sing you a lullaby.
Oh, why are you doing this? Why now? We've been together so many nights, and you've never been like this. Why?
I'm drunk. It's the prize excuse for anything. I'm drunk and I don't know what I'm saying or doing. I couldn't say anything if I was sober. Celia.
What?
Look. You know how I feel about you. How do you feel about me?
I don't know.
And let's feel and find out.
No, please don't.
Why didn't you slap me? I'll bet I could kiss you again and you wouldn't raise your hand.
Oh, why don't you? Go on, don't stop. Pick me up in your arms and carry me to your brother's bed. I'm gonna have a baby, Polo, so I might be a little heavy.
I'm sorry, but I love you. I didn't ask to, I didn't want to, but I do.
Johnny, please go to bed.
I'm not Johnny. I'm Polo.